you are not going to believe what we are going to share with you today, because what I'm going to share with you is going to be thought-provoking. And it's really happening currently that something strange is happening within the tech space. Industries are now transitioning from manual work to digital, and everything is moving on technology. And I do recommend staying for this live session to the end so that you'll be able to understand the nitty-gritty of whatever we are discussing today. And what we are going to discuss today is going to involve individuals, entrepreneurs, companies, business people, lawyers, or anyone who is just finding himself and trying to transition into tech. So stay with us, and we are going to give you a gist of everything that you need to know. Today in our midst, we have a guest who has been featuring on these sessions, and his name is 𝗕cie𝗵𝗵𝗺. He is the man behind many brains, and he is a chartered accountant. And I'm not going to jump into the introduction without letting him himself shows up right now. So, Mr. 𝗕cie𝗵𝗵𝗺, welcome to the live session today. Yesterday, we were having a thought-provoking conversation about the journey in transitioning into tech. And today we are going to continue, and we are going to go a step further to help people understand how anyone at all can be able to transition into tech. Our story has been very important, and for those who want to see what we discussed yesterday, they can always go back to our previous session of the live session, and they will see all this conversation. So, Mr. 𝗕cie𝗵𝗵𝗺, welcome once again.
Thank you very much for having me. Good evening to you and our viewers across the globe. It was really thought-provoking topic that we had yesterday, and today we are also continuing with the same thing. And I believe whatever information we are going to share from here will be a very good information to the general public, and anybody who also needs something like this to find his way in the tech space will be able to have something that would be helpful for him or her.
Okay, that's very good. Let's talk about why people are now trying to transition into tech currently. Because when we check, breaking into tech now is becoming much more important for people. The people are trying to merge technology in their activities, whether they are lawyers, they are entrepreneurs, they are accountants, or anyone who found himself in any respective field. They want to bring in tech into it. But the sad thing is that they don't know where to even start from. So can you kindly highlight us? I'm asking you two questions in one. Why are people trying to break into tech? And where do you think they should probably start from?
Thank you very much for the question. The reason why people are breaking into tech now is the demand of the system now. Globally, it is now the ways of everybody. It's either you get onto the bus or you're left behind. So it is not a fault when he realized that he's lacking behind the tech let me say, innovations. So if you happen to find yourself that you really need something to be able to come on board, then it's about time you get your ass together and be able to find yourself in the tech bus. As I was discussing with you yesterday, the journey, the way the world is moving in tech, it is not somebody's willingness or his choice. It is either you be on the bus or you find yourself lacking behind. So wherever you find yourself, whether you are a teacher, whether you are a lawyer, you are an accountant, whatever profession you have find yourself, if you're a businessman, somebody who is now starting, everybody has a role to play. Everybody has something to do on the tech space. So it's
Let me
about
chip
time
in
we
currently.
all get
Please, Mr. Ibrahim, just a moment. A viewer
right.
just from Pakistani block, he just said, Assalamu alaikum. I want to let
Right.
the viewer feel acknowledged. And
Yes.
a moment. So, Pakistani block, welcome. You can also ask any question. We are ready to assist you. Yeah. So,
Sure.
Mr. Ibrahim, yes, you can continue, please.
Yes. So as I was saying earlier, it is now the way of the world. It is not an individual's position whether to say, I am not ready. If you are not ready, you'll be left behind. Yesterday, I was citing an example of somebody who happens to be a marketing professional. So it is I was using marketing professional because it is something that will be able to that you deal with customers.
Yeah.
Somebody is using digital marketing, and the person will be able to reach the entire globe. And you that are a professional and you are still in your one corner, you still want to be in the same industry, you still want to be in your own town, in your own country, assuming you have the opportunity of picking any of this, you would have to understand that the person that will give you the entire globe as a way of clients definitely has an upper hand to go. So if you are a doctor, you can. I also cite an example by saying that previously when you go to the hospitals, they do everything manual, but now everything has changed. Everybody is getting into the tech, applying technology to their work. So instead of using a lot of time to do a work, technology will make it very easy for you. Technology will give you access to the entire world. Technology will give you the opportunity to invent. Technology will also give you opportunity to be able to be creative, to take very good decisions, strategic decisions. So whatever you plan doing is the matter of you understanding that we are in a realm of technology where everybody needs to be on the bus, or you find yourself wanting once again because you will be able to catch up this. And when you find a company who is using technology to do their own thing, now you can see the industrialized world are more into technology. Some of the companies you don't even see individuals working again. Almost all of them would ask you to go because they have now to meet their work, and it is now robots and and also AI that is working in industry. So whoever says he cannot understand or he doesn't want to learn anything about tech would find himself wanting and be lacking behind.
Okay, so Mr. Tahir Ibrahim, yes, I want to take a step back again. So, what do you think are the key challenges people faced, particularly with their background in their attempt to transition into tech?
If you ask me with this, you see, one, I'll talk about now, I'll talk about the readiness first, because if somebody would say he wants to do something, but there is no commitment to do whatever the person wants to do. So if you are committed to whatever you want to do, you will find a solution to the problem that you're facing. Assuming you happen to find yourself in an industry or a place where there is limit usage of tech, and you want to introduce technology into your work. So it's upon you to be committed to look around. Now we have a university of YouTube. We have so many people that you can reach out to, and For me, what is keeping people away from it is not they are not committed to finding solutions to the problems that they are facing. So whoever is committed to finding solutions to their problems definitely would look for a way out. And in my advice now, the almost everything you want, you can go to the YouTube and search for information. And aside that, you can look for experts that are already in the field, and they can assist you to be able to get the solutions that you want for any problem that you are facing.
Okay, well, to our viewers, if you have any question, you can leave it in the comment section. We will take it, and if we couldn't exhaust all the questions, some of the questions will be addressed in the next live session. Your question might feature in our probably next live session. So we are going to give you tons of value, and we are going to keep on sticking with each and every question that comes before us. We are taking you from this journey of being a novice who doesn't know anything regarding technology, irrespective of your background, and we are going to transition you to the level that you will know everything in tech, and you will know how you can probably fit with respect to your background. So each and everyone should feel free, should feel involved, and we are going to engage each and everyone. So feel free to leave all your questions in the comment section, and we will be answering it bit by bit. The Pakistani blog, I responded to you, wa alaikum assalam, and we are happy that you are here. You can bring in your question, and we'll keep on responding to it. So we are going to bring 𝗕cie𝗶𝗵𝗺 back again. You were giving us some thought-provoking insight regarding on the journey to tech, and I want to find out, can you tell me how can tech enthusiasts, for someone who wants to leverage his skills like his financial acumen, or someone who is a chartered accountant just like you in particular, how do you think tech will help you excel?
Thank you very much. In these days, as I said earlier, the use of technology is now a requirement for even employment already. Some of the employment advertisements would come along with saying you must be able to use some certain tools, you must be exposed to some certain accounting softwares, for example, if you're an accountant. And this is already in the field, and it is already in the industry. Everybody would have to understand that it has come to stay with that. So if you ask me how somebody in my position as an accountant or anybody at all who wants to transition, the first thing is you would have to have your objectives. Your objectives are what you would want to do with the tech. That is
Let me interrupt you again, Mr. Anyas. We have to acknowledge some of our viewers. So Pakistani blog, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. You are indeed welcome to this channel. And we also have another viewer by name John Mogu. Good evening, Mr. Mubarick. I hope you are doing good. Okay, we are doing good. I'm very glad you asked. Keep watching, and you can also bring in your question, and we will be ready to answer it in a few seconds. In case time couldn't permit us, we might feature your question exclusively in our next series. So keep with us and stick with us. So back to Mr. Ibrahim Anyas, please, you can proceed with the submission.
Yes. So I was talking about you having your clear objectives of what you would want to do in the tech space, because the tech space is so big such that everybody who wants to do something would have a place to fix himself. So when you have the objectives, that is what will guide you on how to go about whatever you want. So me, for example, if you ask me as an accountant, I would have to start with probably what I am exposed to as an accountant, the problems that I face, and how I'll be able to make it so easy. In the first place, let's say if I'm using manual way of recording transactions, and I realized that probably I would have to make good use of Excel, for example. So if I'm using Excel, I would have to probably use Excel micros or use Tableau, for example, to be able to automate some of the work that I do. So this would actually make a work that you should be using, let's say, several hours to do. It will bring it down to some minutes or some 30, around 30. If you are using 1 hour today, probably by the time you finish, you will be using half of the time that you are using. So you would also use the time that you have to do something else.
Yeah.
So if you're able to plan very well, look at the work that you do, and find a way of putting it on using technology to actually make it very easy for you. So by automating your work would become very easy for you. And the next step you can also do is that you can also try to understand some of the key technology requirements of your, let's say, your field.
Mm-hmm.
As an accountant, of course, I will be able to. I don't want to say as an accountant you should just go in thinking of coding, because that's a very big one. Because you would want to move to the journey of becoming somebody who is a software engineer, and which you have some. I'll call it a very long way to go, but
Mm-hmm.
when you realize that you already have a profession, you would have to be within your professional arena, and find a way of bringing tech to make your work very easy. You can talk of data analysis, because data analysis is also something that accountants can also use. After you automate your work, you can study data analytics, and which would also help you to enhance your work. At the end of the day, you'll be able to analyze whatever reports, whatever information you have in details using technology, and your work will be very easy for you, because at the end of the day, all the work that you would do, you would have to report on whatever information that you have. So if you
Mm-hmm.
employ technology in the in your daily affairs, it makes your work very easy, and it makes reporting and all other information that you would want to share with anybody, it becomes very easy. So technology usage is now something that we would have to understand that it's a necessity that everybody would have to learn. And when you learn, you would improve yourself. You stand out of the crowd. You also improve your skills, so that at the end of the day, you be a leader, or somebody who has also a carve a way. Because if everybody is having the profession and everybody is doing the old thing, and you are able to get yourself onto the technological bus and learn some skills and add to yours, so at the end of the day, you stand out of those that are not in the technological bus. So
That's very
by
important.
and
That's very, very
yes, very very
important. I
necessary.
like what you are saying. It's so much attached to me. So I want you to keep whatever you are saying right now in mind, because so that we will continue again. Right now, many people are stuck in the tutorial hell. They are watching
Mm,
from one YouTube video, from one tutorial to another tutorial, without real
mm,
time application. And this is where
mm.
the problem is. So people are
Yeah.
jumping from one lesson to another lesson, and they are not building anything. So that's the
Mm,
problem I have with most people who wants to start out in tech. Instead of them
mm.
to at least start applying whatever they start learning, they keep on
Sure.
learning the theories. They keep on learning it.
Mm,
and they are not putting anything to practice. So at the end, the person will become bored and feel unsatisfactory, feel not getting any result from whatever he or she is learning. Then eventually the person might probably left off. So my key advice to anyone who wants to start out, from my own experience, is whatever you are learning, try to put it into practice. So if you want to be a website developer and you are learning the front end, when you are done with your HTML and CSS, don't wait to jump into JavaScript before you start building website. With just HTML and CSS, you can build a simple functional website. And by that, you can even start learning on how to start marketing it out. So you can make a quick Google search to identify some of the businesses around your own vicinity. If you have problem transporting to other places because of financial muscles, you can just identify some of these businesses around you. And just with a walking step, you can approach them and propose to them the benefit they stand to gain just by being visible online. And you can give them a template of your website featuring their featuring their shops and featuring their products that they are selling, and you'll be able to get all these things from the Google search that you make. And when you propose all these things, it stands the likelihood that the person might hire your service. And when you start feeling achieved, the little achievement that you are tracking, you are seeing the result in it, it will keep on pushing you and motivating you to aim for higher. But we keep on stuck in the tutorial sessions. You keep on learning from one theory to another, and by the time you even finish the whole session, you might have forgotten everything that you learned from the first day. So we have a question from a viewer here. He made a question, Mr. John, that what do recruiters look for in tech talent? And how can I strengthen my network for future career-proof employment? Okay, so this question is a very brilliant one, and I like the approach that you take. You want to see what the employers are looking in the tech talent. So employers are looking for proof. You should be able to have a proof for whatever you are claiming you know how to do. So if, for instance, you say you are a JavaScript expert, or you are someone who has been built, who is a back-end developer or front-end developer, you should have a portfolio which shows the kind of skills that you are really proposing that you know how to know. So you can have your GitHub. Make sure your GitHub is rich and not just a simple code or anything. Make sure your GitHub is rich. Your repo is all quite equipped so that employers will be able to check it out. Because what employers are looking for is not a mere words and saying that, oh, I know how to do this, or this is what my CV is saying that I know how to do. So that's it. I'm good at it. Employers are looking for practical skills. Employers are looking for proof, and they are looking for what shows that you can do. So in my experience, there was a time I was working with someone who said he's a back-end developer, and we were working as a team. So one time I ended up passing out some of my jobs to him so that he will finish it up, so I'll be able to focus on the other things. And the kind of work that this person does is quite surprising, because I wasn't expecting for someone who said he has been working as a back-end developer for 3 good years to give me this kind of code. The codes are disorganized, they are not good, they are not structured. Even everything that he did, I have to review it and do it over, and that's very unsatisfactory. And I am the lead on that program, so I ended up have to brief in those who gave us the project just to replace him. because it's adding up to the problem that we are even having. So, Mr. John, what recruiters are looking for, they are looking for proof. And that is why I started by telling you that you need to start practicing whatever you are doing. The simple thing that you learn, start putting it to practice. If it's HTML and CSS alone that you know how to do, put it into practice. Build a good GitHub. Any code that you did on your Visual Studio Code, just push it to your GitHub and make it be there. And if you don't have that, all those experiences, you can just utilize this free code camp. And the free code camp, it takes you through a structured learning process with full of projects that you'll be doing. So any project that you do, you keep on pushing it to your GitHub. And this will build your portfolio. And with time, it gives you full of full of proof, so that you can be able to show it to potential recruiters. So that's what I will say. I think you have a follow-up question again, and we will tackle it in the course of the conversation. So stick with us. I'm going back to bring Mr. 𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗺 back here again. So you are making a thought-provoking question. I am listening. Everyone is here listening to us.
Sure. We were talking about how somebody could transition into a tech space, anyone at all. And the point that I was making was on how the person would have to have his objectives clear. And if you really know what you're looking for, and you are committed to actually making whatever you want to, you committed in achieving whatever objectives that you have, then you really have to put mechanisms in place and work towards it and ensure that you are committed to achieving your objectives. At the end of the day, you will celebrate for your own hard work. So when you want to go into the tech space, earlier I talked about you going to either on YouTube to find out about whatever you want to learn about. Then when you get some information on how to go about it, then the next step is to implement. As you remember the question somebody asked, to implement what you have discovered on YouTube, to implement it, what you have seen, try to implement it on your own. So by the process of you implementing it, you are already putting yourself onto the tech space. So when you start with that, whatever you achieve, then you move to the next step. Probably it is not all the information that you'll be exposed. Then you would have to understand that whatever you want, probably you would have to spend. So the next step is to look for a place or a person who has the right frame of information that you need. Approach the person, or probably join any of the online courses that has to do with whatever you want to do. Then you got to go. By the time you realize you are done, and you have stand out of the crowd, and that is how it is done.
Wow. So Mr. John has asked another question again. I think today we are going to keep on answering the questions, and I like it when questions keep on coming, so that we'll be able to direct our conversations to a proper phase for our audience to benefit. So Mr. John said, where is the future of data in tech going to be like in the next 5 to 10 years from now? I am currently studying at ALX Africa, doing data analytics and engineering and science, starting tomorrow. So Mr. John is asking, Mr. Abraham, will you want to take us with your background to this question?
Of data analytics.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, with the event of AI has now put the every type of skills now onto the another level,
Yeah.
and AI has actually made things so easy and so fast. So there are so many AI that you can use to be able to do any of the data analytical work that you would want to do.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of you understanding what you want, go for the specific AI, and know how you'll be able to give the accurate prompt to your AI and to achieve whatever you want to do. So it's
I
very
think the
necessary that you
question
pick.
the question is maybe Mr.
He's
Abraham
looking for the.
hasn't got the question properly. So let me
Okay,
bring the
I did
question
not see
again.
it. What?
Let me bring the question again. So the question is, where is the future of data in tech going to be like in the next 5 years? So I mean, it's probably that our viewer is asking, what will be the future of data in tech going in the next 5 to 10 years from now? That he's currently studying this data analytics or engineering from ALX Africa, which is one of the tutoring hub, bootcamp hub, and he wants to find out what will be in the future of this field. I hope you've now gotten the question properly.
Yes, I have now seen. I'm struggling to actually see the writings, but I but what you said has actually uh, 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 made it clear for me now. So
Okay.
the future, as I was talking about earlier, you would have to understand that studying is very necessary. You would have to study whatever you have now, but
Yeah.
I have to understand that the what we already have now, the AI has made a lot of the studying of a lot of field now much easier, and
Okay.
the AI is also making it grow faster than we thought.
Okay.
Okay, so I was saying that because of coming of AI, now our way of doing everything is changing. So you do have
Okay.
to understand that in order to actually uh, become an expert very quickly, you would have to understand that the AI usage is something that you would also have to understand that you would have to also be part of your studying uh, 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 curriculum, so
Okay.
that you integrate that into whatever you are already studying and be able to some, because something that initially you would have used, let's say, so many days to study, AI is now making it very easy. And I think to stand out from it, you would have to understand that you will be able to use AI very well to 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 be able to make a lot of progress in your field. So,
Okay.
including his field, AI will be very useful for him.
Okay.
AI would actually make him stand out, and the
Yeah.
future is now. AI is here to stay with us. So,
Yeah.
my advice for him is that whilst he's also doing his normal educational listen, he should have to understand that the AI aspect, which is now dictating, would have to also come into the picture so that it
Yeah.
will help him stand out from the crowd. So,
Yes.
I think that is what something that he has to also take as part of his studying curriculum. And I trust me, it will speed up his understanding. It will speed up his educational projects, and it will make him stand out of the crowd.
Okay. So I think Mr. John what Mr. Ibrahim Anyas is saying, I want to add something a little on it. And it's basically data in tech is now going to be interpreted much more with AI, because AI is making a lot of improvement when it comes to this kind of field. So in other words, you need to utilize AI a lot, and the AI models keep on coming up. The LMs keeps on modeling new languages every time and then. So you need to utilize AI. You need to know that data is not going to be interpreted in the past using the manual approach, but this time it's going to be heavily relied on AI, and this can be done within seconds and some few minutes. So I think he went ahead and asked us another question again. Okay, so the question, I'm going to bring it here. So Mr. Ibrahim, so kindly look at the question first. So AI is an assistant tool that can be utilized within tech space. This saves time and increases productivity in a remarkable way. So I think this is not a question. Mr. John is just adding to what you've said earlier. So we are going to take as a data engineer student, going forward, you need to know that your AI should be your pocket. It should be your next girlfriend. Anytime you have any problem with your studies or with your question, just heavily go to the AI and you will be sorted. Sorry for the lighting. I think it's getting darker in this part of our world. We are in Ghana, and currently is 5 o'clock or 1510. Sorry, 17, sorry. I lost track of my thoughts, but we are here. So stick with us, bring in your questions, and we are going to keep on answering it one bit by bit. So Mr. John has been a partner with us, and we really appreciate your time with us. We are going back to Mr. Ibrahim Anyas. So you were giving us an insight in this field, and we want to find out, is it tech meant for anyone, or is tech meant for some special group of people who have special acumen who will be able to do, or tech anyone at all can jump into it and make the best out of it?
Tech is there for everyone. Everyone has a role to play. Everybody has something that you can do within the tech space. It is not meant for some specific people, for some special people alone. So you just have to understand that you need to be committed to whatever you want, and find yourself onto the tech space by doing what is necessary, by studying, by going onto the platforms that you will be able to learn about whatever you would want to learn, or implement whatever you want to implement. So it's very necessary you understand that tech is not limited for only accountants, it's not limited for only software engineers, it's not only limited to lawyers, it's not only limited to everybody who wants to do something would have a role to play. You can, even if you are in a certain profession and you want to add something to it, it is necessary. I am an accountant, and I would want to say I want to do study something that has to do with, let me say, video editing. Even though it is not part of my listen, but when I study video editing, I'll be able to apply it in so many things. I can establish my own YouTube channel. I'll be able to edit all the videos that I'll be taking, and I wouldn't need any assistance from anybody to do it for me. Mind you, if you don't have that kind of
Exactly
skills,
my story.
you
Exactly
you
my
would
story.
have to
So all these things
you would have to
possible
find.
because of my little knowledge in video editing. So I'm able to
Sure.
stream live and viewers are watching and they are learning something out of it.
Ex-
Yeah.
exactly. So,
I didn't limit
even.
myself. Sorry again. I
Mm-hmm,
didn't limit myself with the code.
mm-hmm,
I didn't limit
sure.
myself barring in code sitting behind somewhere behind my PC
Mm-hmm,
just
mm-hmm,
coding. I studied this
mm-hmm,
and I'm able to
mm-hmm,
also come in front and bring it to
mm-hmm.
life and people are benefiting.
So you can study a skill and you'll be able to apply it, even not for yourself. One day probably there might be something that will pop up and a need for somebody that stand out of the crowd, and you really have something that others don't have. So it will be very beneficial. So nobody should say this thing is meant for some group of people. This thing is meant for some special sort of people. It is for everybody. You just have to be on the bus and move it along with the bus.
Wow. So the question here again is how do you choose the right role or how do you find the right career path that you should take when you want to delve into tech?
Mm, yes, looking for the right thing, as I said earlier, when you have your objectives will tell you that what we would want to do, and that's the moment you understand what you want to do on the tech space, then that will lead you to where to find the next step of where to find the knowledge to study. So, as gave an example of saying that you can go onto the YouTube by getting understanding of what you want to do. And the second place is after you have practiced what you already learned, you would have to look for people that are already into it. Because if not, that something that it should take you for a very long time to study, when you see somebody who knows how to do it, you will shorten your time by studying from that person. There's time that you will need to become an expert into it. You will need a shorter time by meeting somebody who is an expert into it. Expert
Okay.
advice will tell you, will show you who, when to study, how to study, the tools you need to study, and all of this will make it very easy for you to be able to go through. So,
So that means
looking
there's
for
the
the
need for you to have a coach or mentor in whatever field that you want to
exa-
go into. Okay.
exactly. You can go on you by yourself, but mind you, the time that you spend to be able to do it on your own, and probably the avoidable mistakes that even though some of the mistakes are good because the process of uh, uh, solving the problems that you meet on the way would actually make you sharpen your mind, sharpen your skills on your ability to be able to. But all of these things will become easier if you speak to somebody who knows how to do it. And
Okay. Wow. So here's the thing. Uh, I'm very sure that we've addressed most of the questions that were asked in the comment section. But guys, the one problem that each and every one of us keep on having is we keep on learning, keep on jumping from one tutorial to one another tutorial. And sometimes we jump to trends. And immediately the trends fades away, we go back being in the blank slate. We don't know even whatever we started with. Please, today, I want you to make me one promise. If there's anything that you want to do today, start building whatever you are learning now. Start putting it to practice. Just like what I said, just make a quick Google search around your own environment. The businesses that are surrounding you, whatever you are learning, tailor-made it and start proposing it to them. And try to solve their pain points, their problems. And this is how you are going to make it into tech in real time. And you will find this very satisfactory to yourself, and it will be the best motivator, better than whatever I will motivate you with. You know the thing about you feeling happy when you know that you help someone. So sometimes you wake up in the morning and maybe the money you have is maybe in Ghana we spend Ghana cedis. So let me use Ghana cedis. So if you have 100 Ghana cedis, for instance, which is less than even $10 for those watching us in the diasporas, and you are able to take maybe 10 cedis, which is also less than $1, and give it to an innocent child who is hungry, how do you feel on that day? So you feel whatever you have within your capacity, you are able to impact others. So the little that you are able to learn, the little that you know, start impacting the people around you, even if it takes you to do free project to them. Start impacting them. And by that, you are building your resume. And by that, you are also building your network. Because don't forget, these people that you do this project with are those that will keep bringing you new customers. So when, for instance, you know how to do, I'll go back to the software angle again. Maybe you know how to build an app, and you are able to do this thing to a brother or a friend who is into his own business, and you do it for absolutely free. Don't forget that this app is going to be used by other people, and he is also going to use it to reach out to other people. And don't forget, people will keep on asking him, how was he able to get this thing done? And the next referral point is you.
Sure.
Where is the business
Sure.
coming from? So everything is connected. So we need to pay attention, start putting things to practice, start making sure that whatever we are doing, we are putting in our best. And the best that we can put is start putting it to practice. So Mr. 𝗵𝗵𝗺, I haven't kept you here waiting, but I want to find out again. How do you actually get to notice that recruiters or hiring managers are interested in whatever thing that you are learning? Being it you need to be visible on LinkedIn, or you need to be a strategic networker, or you need to build your portfolio presentation or any other thing. Do you need to be on LinkedIn after you've transitioned to tech?
Of course, LinkedIn has always been part of the social media platform that recruiters would also go there to get some information about people, potential employees. And what happens is that you would, after making yourself available on the tech space, you earlier discussed something about the projects that you would have to build and put it on your GitHub. And these are portfolios that anybody who would, a potential employer, you can share with them for them to understand. For example, if somebody is looking for somebody who, a software engineer, you've already gotten a very nice portfolio to share. So you are even saving the person time of going to actually scrutinize you very well, because if it's part of the recruitment process that you share information that you share those portfolio with them, the person can go through the projects that you already have, which probably even jump onto it because it will not waste his time going to look for detailed information about it because you have already shared your experience and what you can do. And that is even more important than only putting information, or let's say on LinkedIn and saying you are this, you are that, you are what, you are what. And at the end of the day, when you are put to test, uh, so many people will find one thing because of the projects and visible information that you have to prove. That is what will make you stand out from the crowd. So it's very necessary when you are able to build yourself on the social media and at the same time also have your portfolio to back whatever information you are selling out there. So when you do that, it actually increases your value and makes you stand out from the crowd.
Wow, wow. That's thought provoking, and I'm very much interested in this conversation. Um, we have many viewers who are keep on dropping their comments, and we really appreciate each and everyone who is here. And thank you very much for being here. We are glad you are participating in the discussion. And if you have any question, to feel free to leave it in the comment section, and we might feature it in the next series if time didn't permit us. But whilst we are live here, we are taking each and every question here. Someone said, the name is, I believe it's Mr. 𝗲𝗵𝗺𝗺. He said, this fire, keep it up. So thank you very much for being there. And if you have any question too, you can drop it. We will be ready to take it. And if time didn't permit us, we might feature it in the next session. So brothers and sisters around the globe, we are here serving each and everyone. And the email address to my guest is also in the comment section, is also in the video description. You can always reach out to him. He is a chartered accountant, and with his vast knowledge in it, I believe there is much you can benefit from him. So always try to reach out to him, and I always leave his email address in the video description. Whichever time zone, whichever time that you are watching this video, when you reach out to him, he will respond to you timely. So I'm not done with Mr. 𝗕ance, but I think maybe time is also not on our side. So how many minutes do you think we should give to our audience again? Maximum, how many minutes will we add to them? Because the fire
Of course,
is keep
because
on
we
firing.
always want to because we always want to be around for them and to serve their interests, to ensure that we answer all the questions and queries that they might have with us. So
Yeah,
uh, you
yeah.
you just have to keep on moving and whatever can. If you realize nobody is asking a question, then we'll probably have to call it a day. And the next time that we
Okay.
meet to, if anybody brings a question after, then we'll be able to take it up and see how best we can help the person.
Experience in the past? Experience in the past? I think we've lost Mr. 𝗕ance temporarily. So, but we are going to keep it up with them. And the conversation hasn't ended. So, Mr. John has asked us another question again, that how can I be in the financial sector? Must my portfolio project revolve around financial? Must my portfolio project revolve around financial related issues? Okay, so if you want to be in the financial sector, it's very simple. I don't know your background, but whichever field that you found yourself, you can find a role to play in the financial sector. Just like in the tech space, the financial sector is also broad, And being it with its broadness, we have HR people who are also related in the financial sector. We have PR, that the public relation officer, and some of the PR background people are also even serving as marketers. So they are serving as a marketing staff in the department within the financial sector. So your background is important for you to know the particular field you will be able to align with. So whichever background that you found yourself, make sure you know which department that background will be properly fit. So for instance, someone who went to university and studied accounting, obviously the person is going to fit properly in the financial sector. But for someone who doesn't study accounting, but maybe this person studied mathematics, obviously the person will still be able to fit in the financial sector, because most of these financial sector institutions, be it banks, microfinance, savings and loan, investment institutions, most of them, they give you an in-house training before they put you to the field to start practicing it. So after they recruit you, they look at your strength, and then they will give you an in-house training so that you'll be able to understand whatever thing that you are going to do, your job description, and whatever things that you need to know before you start putting things to practice. Financial institutions. So you can look out to write to some of the institutions that you want to be an intern for them. And when you go there and learn, you add it to your resume. And by that, you are building up your portfolio. And some of these institutions, even by building this internship rapport with them, so you go and start offering them free services, and you are doing it over and over and over. Maybe in the space of 1 year, there's a job space within the financial institution. They are likely going to employ you because they feel that you have understood their organizational culture, and you will be able to fit properly in their space. So this is something that people are overlooking. So just observe around the financial institutions surrounding you. If you are unemployed, write down to them that you want to be an intern for them. And of course, this is going to be a sacrificial period that you have to offer your service for free to them. You go to them, you are offering them this free service, and while they are working with you, they know you are also learning, while they are also teaching you the organizational culture. And in the event that there is a position that is going to be served, they are likely going to help you get it, because they will not spend time trying to bring people who don't know their organizational culture to come and fit in this position. So by aligning yourself with some of these institutions, offering them free services is going to help you out to also build your financial portfolio. Remember, when I said earlier about the data, earlier this thing that you should look out for institutions around you, start building them website, but when you want to be in the financial sector, this is my take on it. But we have Mr. Ibrahim Anyas back again. I believe Mr. Ibrahim Anyas has seen the question that I'm handling. This is his field, so I'm going to bring him. So Mr. John, open your ears clear and hear it from the horse's own mouth. So Mr. Ibrahim Anyas, welcome back again. We lost you momentarily. And
Yes,
the question was, how can I be in the financial sector? Must my portfolio project revolve around financial related issues?
Exactly. In order to be in the financial sector, one would have to understand that you need financial education, which is very key, which is the key, because you cannot do what you don't know. So the education being the key factor here. But what other people do is that you see, you can be in financial sector, but you don't provide financial service. Okay. When you come to, let's say, institutions like banks, like audit, accounting and audit institutions, they also have other departments that they play aside the core work that they do. You see, so it is important that you need to understand that yes, you can play other role within the financial sector, but to become a to play a financial to be a financial somebody who is a financial to play the financial role, you would have to have the financial knowledge first, because it's very necessary. When you been to school, you studied everything that has to do with accounting. Let's say accounting, auditing, financial management. You study how do you call it, taxation. You see, all these things are within the same studies, which when at the end of the day, you can choose any of them to become an expert in it. You can choose to become an expert in accounting. You can choose to become an expert in taxation. You can choose to become an expert in financial management, so which is also related to finance. So all these are areas that you can pick and study on it. So at the end of the day, when you there's a role to play within that sector that you have picked, you should be able to apply or work with that. But adding that, you can work as somebody who is an HR. You can work somebody who is within the financial sector. You can do technical work, some technical works like, let's say, data analyst. You can be a data analyst in a financial institution, which is very, very important. You can also do tech related, something like somebody who is cyber security. You understand? You can also play with it because it is very, very important. Now the banks are recruiting more cyber security because all their works is on tech. All the information they process is based on tech. So they will need cyber security experts. There are so many roles to be played within the financial sector. But in order to play a financial role, you must have a financial education or financial background to be able to do it. Because nobody would want to hand over a work that you don't have any information or even you don't have knowledge on how to do it. So related knowledge that I talked about, that we talked about the data analytics. You can be a how do you call it? So many these things within the financial that you can do. So it's important that you understand what you want to do first. When you understand what you want to do first, then you choose exactly the area and also commit a lot of time and study it. And by the time you realize, you become an expert in the field. So the only thing is to be committed.
That I want to ask Mr. Ibrahim. The question I want to ask is, assuming Mr. John doesn't have a financial background at all. Let's say he studied political science in the university.
All right.
Doesn't the financial institutions, like the bank, don't they give sometimes an in-house training before people get to be on post?
Exactly. When they are picking people, I was talking about a financial rule. Financial rule being actively playing a role within the financial service. It is possible that wherever you go, for example, for students that are already in the university and are studying, you don't have to wait till you are completed before you have these exposures. You use your vacation period to apply to some of these institutions, and you start learning from them. Assuming you don't, if let's say he studied political science and he happens to work in a bank, and part of the bank service, whatever role they assign to him, he's getting the exposure. So the exposure is very necessary for him to be able to build upon whatever he wants to do. So by the time he finishes his education, he has gotten not only an in-house free training from the institution, and also gotten exposure of the work that they are doing. So the moment
That's
there
true.
is a vacancy, or there is a vacancy anywhere, or there is anything that they want somebody to play a role, because he being somebody who is within and he has already played the role for them to see, they already understand it. There's no need for them to go outside and look for anybody else.
That
So
explains
students would
exactly
have
what I said earlier. I told
students
him
would have
that
to.
you can even
Mm,
apply for an internship. You can apply for
yes,
an internship
exactly,
with these people. So when you are in there,
exactly,
you are offering them this free service. They are also training you. Once you are doing it,
exactly.
when time comes and there is a vacancy in this kind of institutions, since you are already within them, now you've understood their organizational culture. Now you've understood some
Sure,
of their immediate job descriptions, and
sure,
they are likely going to retain you. So you don't need
sure,
to
exactly.
go in expecting that right after school you are going in to fit with 5 years working experience. These are some of the
No,
small things that you can do, and you will be able to fit
yes.
perfectly in this financial sector. So, Mr.
Mm,
John, I
mm.
hope Mr.
I,
Yeah, okay.
I don't know the industrial attachment. That is the reason why industrial attachment is introduced to all during the vacations to all these educational institutions, the tertiary educational institution. These industrial attachments are supposed to give you the necessary exposure to the industries.
Yeah,
So we took example of a bank. You don't have any knowledge in banking. You don't have any special. Let's say you did not study anything that has to do with banking, but you are already there and you know how they work. They've trained you. So do you think even getting the knowledge for free is not beneficial? So
yeah,
it's very necessary we understand that this knowledge that we get, the exposure we get, and the knowledge that we get becomes an asset to us. So
yeah,
wherever we go, we carry it along. And
yeah,
my advice to the young guys who are still in universities and other educational, try to apply for industrial attachment during your vacation period instead of using it to do probably things that will not benefit you. Get some time, apply to these institutions, and try to go there, be committed. And some of them would even voluntarily pay you. Some of them, when you go, they give you some small allowances.
yeah,
And some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but some of the
yeah,
institutions are doing that very well. They will
yeah,
give you some small allowances whilst they are training you. And by the time you finish your education, you've gotten the exposure and also the experience,
yeah.
which will set you above somebody who has not gotten that exposure. So it is very necessary we take the opportunity to do that, and it will have a great impact on our career development.
It will have a great impact in our career development. Certainly, we are very pleased and happy to have Mr. Ibrahim Anyas. We spoke for quite a bit, and we are able to also address many questions that our viewers have asked. And you can certainly catch up with us over the weekends, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And we are also looking at adding some of the weekdays and to have a fruitful conversation with some of you. And this is Mubarick MD channel Tech How To. We are taking another dive, just not teaching people how to do things on tech relating softwares, apps, and but we also want to carry the people around, carry our audience around, so that they know what we are also doing. We want them to follow the path of transitioning from whichever background that they found themselves. So this channel will not just be a go-to place for immediate tech solutions, but it will be a go-to place for complete tech solutions, so that they will also be able to know things in diverse angles: tech and businesses, tech and finances, tech and entrepreneurship, tech and legal frameworks and everything. And we are going to make these sessions very fruitful. So to our audience, if you have any question, just leave it in the comment section. In our next series, if we didn't answer it now, in our next series, we will cover it. And if you are watching this video not right now, just leave the question in the comment section, and I will pick it up from my analytics, and I will make sure that this question will feature in our next series. For now, you can catch up us live on Saturday and Sunday on top of the hour here in Ghana, 1 o'clock p.m. And whichever country that you found yourself, you can also turn on the notification bell, so that when the live session is about to start, you will also be notified to join and have a fruitful conversation like this. To Mr. John, and let me try to recognize all our participants, Pakistani blog, and let me recognize all of our audience, Mr. 𝗲𝗵𝗺𝗺, and I think we've answered all of your questions. And to those that we couldn't also attend to them, or we didn't be able to mention their names, sorry for us. Sorry, we will attend to each and every one in the next session. So leave your questions in this comment section, and we will address it. And we are also happy, and we want to also acknowledge the presence of our guest, who is Mr. 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗵𝗺𝗺, and he has been an absolute resource to us. And if you have any question relating to the financial angle, just feel free to reach out to him. His email address is in the video description, and see you at that time.